Throughout history, technological revolutions have changed the labor force, creating new forms and patterns of work, making others obsolete and leading to wider societal changes. A UN report reveals that digital technologies have advanced more rapidly than any innovation in our society, reaching around 50% of developing world's population in only 2 decades and transforming societies.
My name is Joshua Bola. I'm 10 years old. I go to Berliner College. I'm a software engineer, programmer, future skills activist, and the CEO of Just for Tech. I'm from a family of 5. My dad was an engineer, and my mother was a fashion designer. I also go for speaking engagements to teach people about the future and to make them to embrace tech and prepare their generation for tech.
The rate of technological change today is faster, unpredictable, and unprecedented. According to Ginny Rometty, the CEO of IBM, disruptive technologies are not just going to wipe out many jobs, they will also change the nature of most jobs. As a result, new set of skills will be required by employers of labor in the future. That sounds scary and raises the question, what should Nigeria do to mitigate this impending crisis? If Nigeria is not to be left behind and was in an already precarious unemployment situation, our nation needs to prepare the children of today for the jobs of the future by deliberately empowering them with technological skills. This is the gospel being preached by 10-year-old Joshua Agbola, a programming prodigy, technology polyglot, and public speaker. A self-proclaimed future skills activist, Joshua speaks and advocates for the early empowerment of children with technology skills and the overhaul of the educational curriculum to embrace technology. He says it is an error that Nigeria's educational system is using largely analog methods to educate children who will live in a digital future.
Joshua Agbola is one of my students. Upon coming into the school, registering in the school, we discovered that he's a very intelligent boy, and also a boy with some special skills aside pure academic, that is, writing of notes, listening to lessons. He has some other special skills, especially in IT. We discovered that in him, and we have started everything possible to ensure that that is harnessed and that he actually comes out top and in that area of his skill.
I've known Joshua Agbola for like 4 to 5 months now. What I can say about him is that he's very, very talented. He's gifted. I'm saying this because the very first day he entered my class, I saw that in him, that gift, that talent in him, the way he asks questions, the way he observes things, and the way he does his things. So he's very creative.
I've known Agbola Joshua from when he came in as a student in the GSS1 class here, September last year, and he's always been a child who loves learning. He's been a precocious child who sees ICT as a gateway to the world. He's technological, he's technical. He likes to listen and understand certain concepts to bring forward to him all the time and in his classes. Joshua is a child who is curious. That is one trait of a smart child. And Joshua is one child who understands the need to take things in at a very young age.
Joshua was thrown into limelight when he broke a record by becoming the youngest speaker to present at a technology talk at the ICTEL Expo of the Lagos Chambers of Commerce and Industry in July 2019. This was a first in the 131 years history of the Chambers.
My appeal is to parents, teachers, and government, and the captains of the industry seated right here, to empower the children of my generation with technology skills to prepare them for the future. I end with the words of Mabinov, the CEO of Salesforce. And he said, technology is moving so fast that it creates tens of millions of digital refugees across the planet. As many people who will lose their jobs to artificial intelligence. So, how do we use the fourth industrial revolution in a more responsible way so it does not hurt the existence of the humanity it was created to help? That's the food for thought for the elders. Over to you, Sars and Mars. Thank you.
Joshua Agbola was one of our pupils here. Joshua Agbola started in Joyland School in the year 2011, and when he was a year plus, that was when Joshua Agbola joined the Joyland School. He started from the Joyland crèche and graduated from one class to the other until he finally graduated from the school in 2019, July.
I was inspired through tech, through one of my dad's ideas when I was 6 years old. So he sent me to Junior's Academy. They said I was too young, but my dad set a curriculum for me. And that's how the journey started. And by the time I was done, they were surprised at what I could do.
As relates to tech, the first thing was to give him an opportunity. When his sister had to go to a particular summer school, I told him to go along. Then it was 5 years. He actually did his 6th birthday at that summer school. And they were saying, oh, this boy is too young. And I insisted. I said, okay, just create a curriculum for him. And they were surprised at what he could do. From there, I took him to CC Up and spent some money in trying to get him into some of their programs. But I saw that it was always ahead of his class in CC Up. So at the point I said, okay, we are done with this. Come home, and I created a curriculum for him. So I invested in buying books, I invested in online tutorials, and I looked for as much help as I could get from outside mentors.
Joshua is clearly a talented, gifted young boy, and resonates with the tagline of Semicolon in the sense that our focus is on talent and innovation. And we know that there are many talented people in Nigeria, but we never know where innovation will come from. So when we met young Joshua, he initially came to us as for an internship in September 2019, and seeing the talent and the skills that he had at that moment, already writing code in some programming languages, we could tell that he would be a great credit to the program. And so he was one of the natives that started with us in our 3rd cohort in October 2019.
Brother Jumbo, why you dey fumble? Sister Caro, she don't change her bottle. You no need to dey suffer to send money, oh. Carry for make you dial the number 894. Make you know they wait. 894. No need to dey stand for line. 894. It is safe and secure. 894. For me. 894. For you. 894. There's a number that could change your whole world. 894. It no matter if you don't get data. 894. Just pick your phone and dial the number 894 for me. 894 for you. 894 for Niger.
Dial star 894# to get started. Powered by First Bank.
He was also the youngest to speak at TechPoint Inspired. He has since become a sought-after speaker at Tech Summits.
I watched a video with my mom and dad about IBM CEO Ginny Rometty's prediction of the future. And she said AI will not only take away jobs, AI will change the nature of jobs 100%, totally. New collar jobs will be created. These jobs like software engineering, cybersecurity, and web development. And a new set of skills will be required. Next slide. Kai-Fu Lee, who does artificial intelligence for both Microsoft and Google, predicted that if AI would take away 40% of the world's job in 15 years.
Joshua is an embodiment of what he advocates. He started coding at the tender age of 6 and has built competence in several programming languages including Scratch, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, Java, C++, C#, PHP, Laravel, and Unity.
So I'm going to create a div class just to showcase first class materials. So I'm going to do that in the login and register page. So what I'm going to do is that at the top I'm going to put first class material on the place I'm doing the login. So let's check it out. Okay, so I'm here. So I'm going to create an H3 tag. And I'm going to make it of a class. What is going to be referencing the styles are inside that kind of that class. So I'm going to do class text primary of an H1 tag. I need an H1 I mean. Then I'll come to my and put
He also has proficiency in Lego Mindstorm, the programming of Arduino boards, and automation of devices using C++. He has built a number of games, a healthcare app, and a few websites to his credit.
I told him, Joshua, take a look at your school's website. It's not the most excellent thing. Why don't you make a trial? And that was his first project. He took on that challenge, worked on it for like about 2 months. And at the end of the day, he came up with something beautiful.
The website that Joshua Agboola created or built was a kind of amazing feat that we never expected a boy of his age could do. We used to feel that this particular thing is only the adults that can really achieve this feat. And to see a boy of his age and level in academic doing such a thing, it was really amazing and exceptional.
This is the website I made for my school, the Joyland schools. So then we have the About Us. We click it, and then we go to my vision and mission. This was made in about 3-4 months. This website was made in about 3-4 months. This was not my first one, so it took a lot of time to make this. So it was made in 3 months. So it was my first website I uploaded online. So this is the About page, or that has the About. Then you have so this is my vision statement. This is my mission statement. All the information from the school is about the school is neglected into that place. My internet is kind of slow, so you might not see the pictures, but it's gonna come up when I go to my admission. You see most of the pictures.
I would like us to understand one thing with the IT world. IT, it's not about the age, it's about what you can take. Joshua has the mental capability to take in anything he wants to take in any quantity or whatever form it comes in. As long as it's digital, that's who Joshua is. He's a human digital form anyway. So I see Joshua in 2 to 3 years of his life being a very, very professional IT person, although he cannot just drop out of school. He continues being, obviously in 2 years he'll be in GSS 3, in junior school, which is basic 9. So Joshua would continue being a programmer.